Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
أبدأ
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
الزكاة.
Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon I bid everyone here. It is our delight to be your moderators today for this program. I am Izzuddin.
And I am Fatina Billah from PACI 4001. Once again, welcome to webinar on empowering people with disabilities on social media organized by POSSA featuring PSCI 4001 class. Before we begin our program, a gentle reminder to keep your mic on mute in order to avoid any noise or interruption throughout the program. Secondly, we also invite your comments and questions, so please look at the chat box on your screen. If you think of any question to ask to the speakers at any point, just type it in there and the panelists are going to answer your questions as soon as possible after the discussion during the Q&A session. Alternatively, you could also unmute yourself and open your camera to directly ask the questions towards our speaker yourself during the Q&A session later.
Without any further delay, we would like to invite Brother Rafi'in Luqman to recite the dua. Please be welcome.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's dua together, inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin, nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Qala ta'ala wa qur rabbi zidni ilma. Allahumma yanfa'una bima 'allamtana wa 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna ilma. Allahumma aftah lana abwaaba hikmatik wanshur 'alaina min rahmatik وامنن علينا بالحفظ والفهم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لنا صدورنا ويسر لنا أمورنا واحلل عقدة من لساننا يفقه قولنا اللهم ذكرنا ما نسينا واحفظ علينا ما علمنا وزدنا علما اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم وحسن أخلاقنا بالحلم وسهل لنا أبواب من فضلك وانشر علينا من خزائن رحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر ما عملنا اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من شر ما عملنا ومن شر ما لم نعمل اللهم ارزقنا العلم النافع الذي يقربنا منك يا الله يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم علمنا ما جهلنا وذكرنا ما نسينا وافتح علينا من بركات السماء والأرض إنك أنت السميع العليم اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا فأنت تجعل الحزن إن شئت سهلا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you so much, Brother Rafi'in Luqman, for the dua. So before we proceed with our program today, I would like to invite Dr. Rohana binti Abdul Hamid to give an opening remarks. Please be welcome.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, to all students, right, members in Cyber Politics, PSI 4001, okay, as well as, okay, political science, okay, student, okay, association members, right. I also would like to say, okay, welcome, okay, to our two speakers, okay. First is Miss, okay, Okwan, okay, Nur Zuhaila Jamaluddin, right, as well, okay, as Puan Urdayu, right, for Mahfa, okay, for accepting, okay, our offer, okay, to join, okay, our program, okay, today, all right. Indeed, okay, it is, okay, our hope, okay, that today's, okay, program, okay, will, okay, be an ideal, okay, platform, okay, for all students, okay, in political science, okay, not only in political science, okay, but also, okay, in IIUM, all right, to do a research, all right, or a study, okay, in people, okay, with these, okay, abilities, okay, or PWD, right? So, well, okay, in politics, okay, we do know that all people, okay, have political rights. All citizens have the right, okay, to have an opinion and say, okay, in politics. Okay, this, I mean, idea, okay, is not, okay, foreign, okay, to many of us, right? So we believe that, okay, by giving the opportunity for people with disabilities, okay, as well as their representative, okay, to have, okay, an opinion, okay, and a say, okay, in politics, it also can be, okay, as a way, okay, how they can, okay, tell the government, okay, to run, okay, the programs, okay, that are affecting, okay, them. And as the students, okay, of, okay, politics, of social science, okay, research, okay, and also, okay, as Malaysian, okay, citizens, all right, or citizens, okay, of the world, okay, for example, okay, we believe that, okay, the community should work, okay, together with people with disabilities, okay, across, okay, various, okay, types, okay, to make sure that, okay, they get all the support, okay, they need. We also believe that the disabled, okay, citizens, okay, now confront, okay, barriers, okay, not only, all right, in transportation, okay, but also in public accommodation, which can exclude them, okay, from a common, okay, social and economic objective, and ultimately political, okay, objectives. All right, and being, okay, in online or offline, okay, platform, okay, we see, okay, and we read, all right, that, okay, many people categorized as, okay, disabilities, okay, have been, okay, subjected to stereotyping as well as stigmatizing. Hence, okay, they have become, okay, the targets of aversion or hostility or disgust, okay, especially, right, in the online, okay, platform. And, okay, to a few of us or to a few groups, okay, they believe that social media or the internet application is not, okay, a good approach for us, okay, to empower, okay, people, okay, with disability, right? But however, okay, we see, okay, many people, okay, struggle with disabilities, okay, through our research or through our readings, okay, through the help, okay, of social media or even, okay, internet, okay, applications, because this application, okay, give them the social opportunities to connect, okay, to one another, okay, or to talk, okay, to one another, okay, via social platform such as, okay, WhatsApp, okay, video, okay, called. Hence, okay, we see that, okay, it can permit the community to form and maintain a relationship that is, okay, in community in ways that we may not, okay, do it possibly offline, okay, given the current, okay, COVID, okay, pandemic, okay, and the current situation that we are, okay, actually facing, okay, that is the MCO, all right. We see social media can, okay, is at the forefront, okay, and center in our daily life. That also include people with disabilities, okay, as well, okay, as their carers or their guardians. Hence, okay, today we hope to share, okay, our experience, the experience, okay, with our two, okay, panelists, okay, experience, okay, speakers, okay, about the challenges, okay, that affecting, okay, the people with disability, as well as the role, okay, of internet, okay, application or technology, okay, and how, okay, it affect, okay, their lives. Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Madam
much.
Rohana.
all right. Okay, welcome.
Okay. Moving on, brothers and sisters, for your information, we'll be having 2 slots for our webinar today. For the first slot, it's going to be from 2:15 p.m. until 3 p.m. We will be having a sharing session with Puan Nur Zuhaila Jamaluddin, an educational practitioner.
Next, we'll continue with the second slot of our webinar today, which is from 3 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. We will be listening to Puan Irdayu Iskak, a head of activity unit of Malaysian High Functioning Autism Association, MAFA.
But before that, I would like to share a few interesting facts in which the data from its census reported that about 500,000 of Malaysians have registered as an OKU, disabled persons, under the welfare department, but estimated that actual figure to be around 4.5 million. While for your information, there are many different types of disabilities such as intellectual, physical, sensory, and autistic spectrum disorder. Besides, research by Muhammad and Alpha 2016 found out that Malaysia has shown a positive development in providing education for children and adolescents with disabilities since independence. Furthermore, persons with disabilities' rights, especially children's, to education is recognized in local legislations of scholarships. A lot of research has been done by local scholars, either regarding instructional approach, learning materials, ICT, or even teacher training. However, there is still an abundance of challenges that need to be faced and quickly solved by different stakeholders, namely the Ministry of Education, teachers, and school management. Among these challenges include unsupervised and unstructured early intervention program, poor infrastructural and technological accessibility, financial constraint, low level of readiness among specialists and general educators, and individual self-conflict.
Therefore, without any further delay, I would like to pass the floor to our very distinguished moderator for the first slot, Puan Nur Zuhaila Jamaluddin. So without further ado, I think we can just jump into the first question, which is, Puan Nur Zuhaila, can you briefly describe your experience and work with students with special needs? Please be welcome.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much to the organizer, Dr. Rahana, and the POSSA, am I correct? POSSA IIUM team for inviting. Okay, Alhamdulillah. My name is Puan Nur Zuhaila binti Jamaluddin. I am a coordinator of SMK Jalan 3, sorry, because I use my previous school was from Jalan Reko. Okay, I just opened my new program for Pendidikan Khas PPKI in the secondary school early of this year, actually on 15 February 2021. Okay, all right. So briefly, actually, I did share a slide. Can the organizer share the slide to the audience so that I can explain to everyone? Okay, you can go to the next slide. Okay, as I mentioned before, actually I'm teaching for 18 years already. So 10 years in the mainstream. Okay, I was a mainstream teacher previously, and now I'm already in my 8 years in special education. So I'm also a mother of 2 special needs children. I have one autistic teenager and another one is a dyslexic teenager. Alhamdulillah, they are both of them are high function boys. Alhamdulillah. Okay, next slide. Okay, my experiences and work related to these children. I always call them children because I always believe that they are like my own children. Yeah. So Alhamdulillah, I had opportunities teaching the average, the high function, and also the low function children. Yeah. Okay, how do we categorize the low and average? The low and average is actually they are mainly in pendidikan khas. Okay, program pendidikan khas integrasi. That's why we call it PPKI. Okay, they are not maybe they are separated in terms of the building or the but they are all integrated in the normal school actually. We are in one school, yeah. Okay, for the high function, usually they are given opportunity to be with the typical. Typical means the normal students, yeah. So that's why we call it inclusive learning. So they are in Form 1 until Form 5. The rest for the pendidikan khas students, they are learning with me. All right. So basically, if you look at my experiences, even though I am already in my 8 years, Alhamdulillah, I had opportunity to have lots of activities. And actually, if you look at our work, we are given opportunities to explore activities and many types of activities for the children. Yeah, it depends on the teacher they themselves. Yeah, but of course we are given syllabus. Okay, so based on the subjects given to us, okay, and we can explore what we want to teach to the children. So it's up to us, yeah. If you look at the screen, yeah, so this screen that we play bowling. Bowling is a part of activity that we can have with the low function children, yeah. To support their abilities in sensory and motor kasar for the motor kasar. Okay, so so the activities, okay, and then I also did train previously in my previous school. I train my prefect, yeah, for the pusat sumber, yeah. Okay, so I train them to be a pusat sumber prefect, yeah. And we had some other types of activities, and we had also opportunity to go to venture into, for example, this picture, we went to Sabah with the children. So we give them opportunity to go through activities. We had opportunities to take the children, okay, so they can experience visiting to other states and to be far away from to be independent basically, yeah, because we are in the secondary school. And I had opportunity also to teach because I was from the mainstream. I was a mainstream teacher, so I had opportunity also to teach my SPM special needs student for their SPM also. I use my free time to teach for their English, all right, to support their writing and whatnot. Yeah, okay, continue because we have 30 minutes. Okay, Alhamdulillah. If you ask me about, oh, I'm so sorry, you are supposed to ask me the question, right? This teacher always like this. Okay, you want to ask me the question or I can continue?
Sure, you can continue. So,
Okay, all right. Actually, the organizer asked me about the role of technology. Alhamdulillah, I would say Subhanallah. So it's very impactful to my students, basically. Yeah. Okay. Whatever that I shared here is actually what I experienced. Yeah. Because we have gone through almost 1 year plus of COVID-19 situation. Alhamdulillah, I would say that if others think it's bad, but for myself, I think it's very impactful because I can see changes in my students. Alhamdulillah. So I would like to share one of the example. This is Ilham Raihana. Can organizer help me to share the video?
Senang sangat. Kalau buku dijatuh, tolonglah janganlah duduk menyentuh. Kalau orang buat kat kita, kamu rasa geram kan? Janganlah orang jatuh dekat dia. Tunjuklah jalan ke, tunjuklah jalan ke kelas ke, tunjuklah jalan ke tandas ke. Janganlah orang jatuh kat dia. Kalau dia tu kurang upaya, bukannya macam kita. Kalau orang buat dekat
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, this is one example. Okay, why I share about Ilham Raihana. Actually, I already asked for her mom's permission to post and share this video with all of you. Not to be posted to public, actually to share with all of you. Alhamdulillah. Why I share about Ilham Raihana? Because I can see changes in her courage, okay, and bravery. Okay, she is only 13 years old. Okay, for your information, I use, you can go to the next slide. Okay, I use a lot of technology since last year because I realized that it's really impactful towards my students. Why? Because the first thing that I always believe in my students is empowerment. Empowerment program is very important because if you want students to be exposed to social media, you have to make them ready. Okay, and for your information, most of the students that I deal with, all of them they are not confident, and some of them can't speak at all. Yeah, especially those who have difficulties in speaking, they have issues with speech and whatnot. Yeah, okay, I have now even a few students that I'm focusing on their IEP, their individualized education plan for them, in order for them to have to make them courage, brave enough to speak up. So usually I will use first, I will use a video. That is this I think the easiest one. Okay, how? Okay, I use WhatsApp video. First I ask them to video themselves. Of course, their guardians, their parents help me a lot, alhamdulillah, and I have very supportive parents, even from the last previous school and even the latest school, because this is my second school actually. Yeah, all right. So at first maybe the parents feel, how come you do the video and whatnot? But after they see the differences in their child's performance in school, they are more brave. As you can see, Ilham last time, she was from the typical school, from the typical school. She just diagnosed as dyscalculia, dyscalculia under dyslexic, Okay, and then she had been bullied when she was along the primary school, and the mother told me she used to cry all the time and she hates going to school. But alhamdulillah, after she's with me, started schooling in SMK Jalan 3 under PPKI. She's so happy and now she's very brave in speaking up. So I always believe a small start means a lot of things, and it boosts the child's creativity also, because I always give different types of tasks for the children. So for example, you can see from the picture here, I used to have hour of school activities, and then for example, this one we have Skype interaction. We had activity with I can't remember. Okay, we had a Skype activity. This one Skype Kahoot, with Australia and Vietnam. This is from Vietnam and this is from Australia. We had Kahoot activity. So imagine the children use technology. And I asked them to bring their smartphone. During this time, actually, right after we come back from COVID COVID-19. This one, the second picture. And the third one, this one is COVID-19. I was teaching. I'm still teaching. Okay, I'm teaching English. So I asked them to do activity via. I posted a video, and I asked them to follow. This is tongue twister. So the mother helped them writing, and they read and practice. Okay, and the mother keep the video and showed to me. So it's empowering, and it boosts their confidence, because I always believe that as a teacher, even though they make mistake, but we keep on saying, good job, good job. I know you can do it. So keep on praising them. So it boosts their confidence, and we let them communicate. All right. Okay. You can go to the next slide. Okay. So this among this year's activity and plus last year. Okay. This year I had yoga for school. This is under PJPK, under Pendidikan Jasmani. PE also can be done via video. Don't shock. I had teacher Erica from Philippines to help me yoga. But we are doing in sitting position. They are teaching them, my students, on how to exercise during the break. So within the 5-minute breaks, they can exercise themselves. This one teacher Erica via Skype, yeah. Alright, and this one, the second one, you can see a postcard. Okay, actually, we were supposed to send a postcard to our friends in UK, but since it's COVID, so I told teacher Faith, okay, it's okay. We can send it via Skype instead. So my students write us postcard, each of them. Okay, then I took picture and sent to their friends. Okay, and then we had activities even because for information, Malaysian school we use Google Classroom, yeah. Okay, so I really fully utilize Google Classroom. Okay, and use the media like Flipgrid, we have Wakelet, and some other platform, WhatsApp, Telegram, and they can. I show them something like this. Okay, I'll do the exercise and activities in front of them, so they will watch me via the video and whatnot. I'll do live session, and after that they will do together with their mom, yeah, especially for those who low function, yeah. So don't tell me that the low function are not learning, yeah. So always based on the teacher's creativity and efforts, yeah. Okay, as you can see this one, they do the activities, This is under pengurusan kehidupan. And last year I created one Flipgrid teaching remotely COVID-19. Just to have activities for my students, and they will send me lots of videos. Okay, all right. And even last year we had Skype activity under MGLC. This is international program. Okay, with other teachers and learners from all over the globe. Okay, so this is under Microsoft, a global learning community. So my students had opportunity to present in front of the teachers and kids from Russia. This is via Skype, yeah. So Alhamdulillah, so that's why I say it's very impactful. I can see that my students who had issues with stammer, is it right? Okay, macam gagap kan? Gagap. So I let them speak up. Yeah. Don't stop them from talking. Yeah? They have voices actually. They have lots of things to say, but it's just a matter of giving the opportunity. And I always believe we start small with video first. They record themselves first, And this is between me and them. And later, when they are confident enough, they can empower themselves to write in the social media. Because I have my students who write in the Facebook and whatnot, but usually I will monitor. Yeah, those who are very close to me, I will monitor because sometimes, as you mentioned just now, Dr. Rohana, sometimes they have been misunderstood. Okay, so let us empower them. Okay, so I always believe that we should start from school first, and the teachers, from the parents, supporting them. Yeah. Okay. The next slide, please. Okay. Challenges. Yeah. Even though I already shared with you about the positive sides, we have challenges definitely. By the practitioners and the special needs students. Okay, for example, like as for me, I always believe that the parents' involvement is very important. Yeah, because I have case where the parents cannot support due to work commitment and so forth. Yeah, especially those who is low function. Yeah, because low function kids, they really need the parents to help. Yeah, parents or the guardian. Yeah, I would say that because I realized that without the parents' involvement, this is of course all gone into the drain. Yeah, even though we don't use live session and whatnot, we use WhatsApp, Telegram, but without the parent support, we are unable to have session with the child. Yeah, I mean the teaching and learning wouldn't be taken place. Yeah. Okay, of course, the next one is the internet line. Yeah, but Alhamdulillah, because since all of us are in Bandar Baru Bangi, I'm talking about my school, so we don't have this so much issues. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. But for my previous school, yes, they had difficulties, especially those who come from the low income group. But usually, after 1 year and a half going through this pandemic, I realized that some of them are able to use, at least to use their smartphone. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, they don't have laptop, but they have smartphone. Yeah, and some of the schools actually supporting via PIBG and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, and then for the teachers also, sometimes they give excessive tasks. Yeah. Okay, I think this is should be taken. I mean to be focused on. Yeah, because sometimes, as you know, for the special needs, usually for the secondary school, they can focus only 30 to 40 minutes only. Yeah, right. More than that, they will ask teacher, when are we going to stop? Teacher, when are we going to stop? Okay, especially the autistic, yeah. They are very concerned about time, yeah. Time frame. Teacher, when are we going to stop? Even though they like it, they still, teacher, when are we going to stop? So usually I will make sure that within the time frame, I will stop my lesson. Okay. So and then I will continue with giving them exercises and whatnot, because we have our timetable smartly done, yeah, and suited them. Okay, that's why as I said, teacher must know the students needs. Yeah, you don't shock sendiri, yeah. Shock sendiri, keep on speaking, and then you don't realize that they feel bored already. Yeah. Okay, so and the task should be given enough, just enough for them, not to be ambitious, and it must be different types of activities. Yeah. Okay, and challenges also based on the teacher's creativity. Yeah, because sometimes monotonous activities can kill them. Yeah. Okay, can kill them, because I realized that because this year I'm teaching 6 subjects for the kids. Okay, all right. So I realized that um, I need to be creative in order to attract their attention, yeah, and their focus. So different types of activities. For example, like we have quizzes. Yeah, we have many types of activities besides video. All right. Okay, and then sometimes they just send me WhatsApp, Telegram messages, okay, and then we have to be creative in many ways, yeah. Okay, and devices also. Okay, sometimes certain families they have many siblings, yeah. So as a teacher and educators, we have to take note on that, yeah. Okay, sometimes they couldn't come on time. It's okay. As for me, I say it's okay as long as you come. If they don't come for the live session, it's okay. There are other ways they can attend my lesson. Sometimes I did my WhatsApp video to check on them, to check on the parents. So that's why this is how we support the children and at the same time the parents too. Yeah, and the last one is long. Sorry, I can't see this. Okay, long hours of lesson as I mentioned just now. Okay, I should as a educators also we have to take care of this because we are teaching the special needs. Yeah. Okay, you may continue to the next slide. Okay. You asked me about the suggestion to support the special needs, yeah. Because I'm looking this at the school support system, yeah. Okay, so I would suggest for the political students, okay, the first empowerment that you need to do is acceptance, yeah, to differences, yeah. Because I realize that this is always happening, even in school, yeah. I can see that especially for my inclusive students, because I had inclusive and even my children, they are all, both of them are inclusive, yeah. Usually I will empower the teachers first. Okay. Why I empower the teachers first? When they understand the child's needs, and then they realize that we don't label them as they are OKU, okay, as if like they can't do this and that. Hello, they can do many things. Yeah, they are more creative. Okay, all right. Especially those who, even the low function also, they are very creative. They are smart kids. Actually, so we don't want the label, but we want to accept their disabilities. All of us are different. Yeah, even though we are typical also we are different than, I'm also different than Dr. Rohana. I'm also different than Madam Ayu. Am I right? Okay, so all of us are different. So accept that. Okay. As you can see in inclusive especially, sometimes there are one inclusive child, they feel isolated because their ways or methods of learning is different. Sometimes people, why they behave weirdly, huh? I don't understand. They behave weirdly. That is them, and you as a friend should support them, right? Okay, be with them. Okay. Don't actually acknowledge the weirdness. You acknowledge the goodness. All right. So because I used to teach in the mainstream, so I always welcome the inclusive students, even though they are different. But I will give the task simpler tasks. Okay. Let them speak up. They feel happy. When they are happy, they will learn in a better way. Yeah. All right. So next, empowerment program. So I always believe that as a policy maker, give a lot of empowerment programs. How to empower them? As I mentioned just now, give them opportunities to speak up, create activities like me myself. Okay, because we have in school, we have a transition program, yeah. We call it PTK, program transisi ke kerjaya. We have so starting from form 1, they are 13 years old. So because in PPKI they are learning until 19 years old, yeah. So I start with program transisi ke kerjaya. This is under KPM, yeah. MOE, yeah, Ministry of Education. So I start since they are young, get ready to be in the workforce. All right. So let them start to acknowledge themselves. Yeah. I am, even though I'm disabled, I can do it. I can do it like typical students. Okay. So we start small. Okay, for example, they have masakan. Now we are going for computer program and whatnot. They can be very creative, and you can hear from Mafa, Madam Ayu after this, yeah. Okay, and offer them more opportunities to learn, yeah. If you give them chance to learn, insyaAllah, yeah, they are willing to learn a lot of things, huh? If you are giving them opportunities. That I realize that when I offer them a lot of activities, chances, they keep on asking, teacher lah, bila lagi nak buat program? Teacher lah, bila lagi nak buat program? Keep on asking me, subhanallah, ya. I'm so happy and glad, they are main supporter, ya. Alright, and spread awareness among the community, ya. Portray the goodness, okay, the goodness of the children, the disabilities, even though they are disabled, but they are able people, able, okay, even though they are having challenges, they are able to face the challenges with support, with appropriate support, insyaAllah, they can do it, even though the low function, yeah, because I realized that last time when I taught them pengurusan kehidupan, I teach them cook rice, okay. After many months training them to cook, finally they can cook their rice. Okay. So actually give them opportunities. Even the parents also needs to trust them. Okay. Sometimes the parents also do. Betul ke Cikgu Ila? Dia boleh buat? Yes, they can do it. Sometimes the parents surprised by that, yeah. Okay, and as I continue support and motivation, give them support, motivation. Yes, you can do it. Good job, bravo. All the good and positive statements, yeah. And all right, and as I mentioned just now, give them learning and workforce opportunities for special needs, yeah. All right, because I realized that usually we have problem with issues with the children after 19 years, especially the autistic, yeah, because I have students, autistic, they are smart, they came out from university, graduated, and then when I ask them, oh dah kerja kat mana dah? Where are you now? Mau cikgu, saya dah kerja, saya tak boleh. Okay. And at the end of the day, they work on their own, yeah. Actually, we want them to be in the workforce, to be socialized. Yeah? That is the reason why we have inclusive learning. We want them to include them in the community. If we separate them, we put them in one village, one excluded community, what happened? Do you guys understand them? No, I don't think so. Right? So that's why let's empower all of us, especially all of you in political science, as political science students. After this, you are going to work. Okay, please empower them. Okay, because yes, I know that even in Singapore they have a special village for them, for the disabilities people, but I myself, to be honest, I want my son to work. At least 7-Eleven is okay. My son told me, I want to work in this. I said, yes, good. I want you to have that courage. Okay, because sometimes very shy to speak, because especially my autistic, he's very shy, doesn't want to speak up. But I said, it's okay. You can see Abang can do it. You can also do it. Alright. So we want them to be in the workforce, to be brave enough. They can support themselves. So all of us shouldn't look down on them. If they buy something, okay, maybe what else I can help you? Okay, this is empowerment. Yeah, we have to empower them. They can do it, because I realize that most of the because they are now we have many youth, okay, but they don't want to come out to the community because they have been looked down by the community they themselves. Yeah, not everyone have that kind of courage to go out, okay, and be proud. They are disabled. Yeah, I'm disabled. So what? Okay. I want that that kind of mentality. Yeah, I'm disabled. So what? I can do it like you. Okay, like typical people out there. All right. Okay, I think is it that's all I can remember. I'm so sorry, I speak so long. Okay. Should I continue or what? Yeah, I can't remember. Do I have another slide or what? Oh yeah. Thank you for listening. Alhamdulillah. I hope that every one of you gain beneficial aim. This aim by Allah. The mistake comes from me. Yeah. Jazakallah, jazakumullah khairan kathira.
Thank you so much, Partner Zahila Jamaluddin, for a very insightful session. I believe many of the students have benefited greatly from your discussion.
Next, I would like to pass the floor to our respected moderator for the second slot, Puan Irdayu Iskak, in which she'll be talking more about empowering people with disabilities on social media. So, straight onto the first question. Can you briefly describe your experience and participation in Malaysia High Functioning Autism Association MAFA, and what is the role of MAFA in providing supports and help to the community and the carers? Please, you're welcome.
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum, and good afternoon. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruhana, and for the student of Political Science for inviting me today. Thank you so much to Puan Zuhaila. Your sharing is very inspiring. Puan Zuhaila is actually our member. Okay. Just a little bit heads up about me. I am the head of activities and welfare bureau for MAFA. I have 3 kids. One of my kids, which is a boy, 10 years old, he is high functioning autistic. Okay. Your first question to me is, can you briefly describe? MAFA main objective is to empower parents an individual who has high functioning autism by creating a platform for us to cultivate their talents, for them to boost up their self-confidence, for them to be more empowered, more because most of high functional autism kids are more reserved because usually they are being looked down to. So usually they are more shy, they don't have confidence. So this is what to them. We are currently just finish up our center at Savijaya, where else we host kids and teens with high functioning autism. We provide them emotional supports, we give them classes throughout the week, throughout the weekends, and we are also a registered NGO. And because of that, we are able to get funds from Lembaga Zakat, from JKM. We also have managed to get sponsorship from big companies. And then with these funds that we have given these kids opportunity to go art classes, which is art classes is like art therapy, where it can help them regulate their emotion. And we also have sent a few kids to private school because there are some kids that can't cope in mainstream government school, but are not suitable to stay in UBTI. They need smaller classroom, they need more attention. They are very bright, brilliant kids that very good in academic. It's just that they are not suitable to cram class in government school, 40 to 45 feet. It doesn't work for them. So these kids, especially for parents who are B40, we provide funds for them to send their kids to primary school. We also have psychological session that we give to these kids. We have IQ test done to see their level of intellectual. And then we also did a parent conference. We did a collaboration with Genius Kurnia, a huge name in autism community in Malaysia. And we also did we did a collaboration with Gamuda, Yayasan Gamuda, Enabling Academy, which they give out opportunity to young adults who has graduated from university. They give training to them how to start working in work collar jobs. That's it. We have more projects in our future, but then with the pandemic and whatnot, there are some projects that we need to do. Next question. Or do you want me to just?
Okay, I think I'll take over Fatin. So the second question is, what is the biggest misconception about autism in community? And in your opinion, to what extent the people with autism are presented in the mainstream news or movies in Malaysia?
Misconception of autism person is that when not all autism people are the same. That doesn't mean that you see one person with autism, the next person that you see will be the same. If you see my kids, he is like the biggest advocate for being weird. He loves being weird. He loves being quirky. He acknowledged that, which is very cool for a 10-year-old boy to know, to be self-aware that he's autistic. I'm weird. I like to talk out of context. I like to talk things that people don't like to talk about. He is awesome like that. But the thing is, that when you meet my son, which is weird and quirky, that doesn't mean that if you see other kids in our autism community, you be the same thing. No. There are others who can't talk, right? Can't even, do any, basic things on their own, which is because autism spectrum is a spectrum itself. There are some kids might be at the end of the spectrum, and then the other kids at the other side of the spectrum. And then your next question is, what is high function autism? Okay. Autism itself is a neurological disorder. And then actually high function autism is not a formal diagnosis. It's what we call people who has autism. Can read, can write, can speak, can handle the basic life skill, can dress, can basically do things independently. And usually high function autism doesn't have any intellectual disability, meaning that they do have 70 and above IQ level, which is same like us, or maybe they have superior IQ also. But this high functioning autism people doesn't need to be in a special needs center. They are not in control environment. They are not. They are in general in population. They are in mainstream class. They are in university. They are in offices. They are people with disability. But in general population, they have like huge baggage that they have to manage daily, every day, every minute, every hour, just to keep up with the normal pace of general population, which is, I think, it's a big pity for them. But I think they can strive well if we give. The third question is, to what extent the people with autism are presented with the mainstream news, and what are the pros and cons? I think better right now rather than 10 to 15 years ago. There's a lot of dramas, lots of movies, Korean, Western movie that have autistic character in them. Even Malay movies also. A lot of autistic there's a lot of movies that features this autistic character. But I think it comes with pro and cons. Even okay, for as an example, if you only watch The Accountant by Ben Affleck, it's a story about this one guy who is a math savant, right? So if that is your only takeaway movie from that, you're gonna think that all autistic people are savant, that's not the case. Or maybe if you only look at certain religion influencers, social media who shares their kids that has severe autism, I mean having a tantrum, having a meltdown, being reckless, you might think that that is the only, that the cookie cutter of what autism people are, but that's not the case. So the thing is, I think we need more awareness. We need more, because not a lot of people knows autism is a spectrum. It's only one tunnel info that you go. It's, either this person is a savant or this person is very disturbing to society or menace to society. I think eventually we need to read more. We need to listen more to people. And then, yeah, that's about it.
All right, thank you, Panidayu, on that answer. The next question is, how does MAFA use social media and other internet technology applications to communicate with carers and community members, and as well as what are the successes and challenges experienced by MAFA and its members when using the internet application?
We have official page. We have official FB page. You can check it out. Just type MAFA Malaysian High Functional Autism Association Malaysia in Facebook. We also have official webpage, mafa.org, mphfa.org. This website, just to let you know that it was created by two of our high functioning teams. Actually, we pay them, we give them what we want, we let them know what our criteria that we want for our website, and they just do it by themselves without any adult supervision, which is cool. It's what Wan Nur Zuhaila said. If you give them opportunity, they will shine, definitely. And then okay. So far, for sharing with parents, so far the posts in our FB or WhatsApp group mostly are by parents, because HMP kids are not allowed to, most of our HMP kids are not allowed to have social media anyway. But for high functioning kids, I think this is where the struggle shows. They are not keen of expressing themselves. I mean, literally, they don't just like pop up in your WhatsApp and say, "Hi, auntie, I have this problem." They don't. They seldom do that. There might be some other kids who get that, but most of the things are very reserved. Maybe because of they have like traumatic experience during primary school. They believe that none of people going to understand them. They feel trapped. They feel that what are they gonna do? Nobody gonna get. Who's gonna judge me anyway? So why bother? And usually, like one of our HMP weeks guy, when Zuhaila, they either shared this one video how he felt. It's like an infographic video that he, with the graphic and with voiceover, telling you how he felt in secondary school, at sekolah, so same goes with my son. He did not just come to me like, "Mommy, I have this and that." He will do an infographic video. Yeah, it's very hard for them to say what they felt. We actually did a psychological session few months ago. We wanted them to share a session, and even that, not all kids are very keen. It's very hard to gain their trust because yeah, like I said, we have been judged since primary school, since kindergarten. So yeah, even I think my son was in right now is in standard 2, and his new teacher, that is when I told him that I have high function autism. High function autism, kalau macam tu kita kena hantar dia dekat kelas. Whereas my son has done wonderful for the past years in mainstream school. So this is, my son heard it. I'll bet that in another 2-3 years he's going to say that, that just say that I can't read. He will, put it in a box inside his mind, and then another 2-3 years he's going to be like, yeah, say it just like that. I think that is one of the challenges autistic. Imagine you are in the class of 30 people, and none of them understand you. So I think it's a little bit hard for them, but I believe that these kids can do wonders. Give them opportunities. Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank you.
for the last questions, in your opinion, how can we as a community come up with suggestions to give support to people with autism to live independent and adapt with their environment?
I think give you suggestion on how you can help them to adapt to surrounding. I think what you can do is be less empathetic, be less judgmental, lend a helping hand if you see a weird, quirky kid that's in front of the lecture hall, wears too smart clothes, button up collar. I don't know, because this is what happened in when I was studying in and I do remember that I have this one boy who like this in front of the class wearing the same baju, that quirky kid, that weird kid that always got kind of context. Suddenly he's like, hey, do you know that aeroplane doing blah 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 blah? He just blurted like that. We find them a little bit annoying because we don't understand why is this boy is it's not like us. So we don't want to we don't want to include him into group assignment, so he will be left out, even though he's such a brilliant kid. I believe, and these kids that they're being left out. You don't know. Maybe this boy is high function autism, because most of these kids can survive mainstream primary, secondary, university life. They can survive because they are bright, smart, brilliant kids. But socializing, communicating, that is their major deficit. They don't communicate like normal people. They don't understand the hype of Korean movie. They tak get that, the current artists, celebrities. They don't. They are literal people. They don't understand sarcasm. They don't understand memes. Like social media. I think if I show my son, he won't get it. He don't get it. Because everything for him has to be black and white. There is no gray area. So it's a little bit hard. I know it's a little bit hard to be friends with this kind of people because they're annoying. It can be annoying, but just make a little more extra effort. Because you know what, these kids are prone to have depression. I've, you know, every time I bring my kids to a psychologist, one thing that they keep telling me repeatedly, no, are you, there is a possibility that your son gonna suffer with depression when they reach, when he reach between 19 years, yes, because that's when the reality hits them that they are too deep. And I've seen a lot of cases. If you talk to a lot of parents who usually are adults, by the time they're 18 and 19, they will trouble down. They're like, oh my god, this is life. That I have to face this for like another 30 or 40 years until I die. Nobody gonna understand me. So I think what you can do is yeah, be more understanding. Be a friend. Don't judge. And then maybe kalau misalnya I know that universities has counseling department, pair up these kids with buddy so that they don't feel so alone. My kids like a child. I think did that answer your question?
Yes. Okay, thank you so much to Puan Ida Iskak for the incredible explanations and sharing on this topic.
Thank you so much.
I believe many of us would like to extend the discussion to the next session. Therefore, now we are moving on to the Q&A session. In the meantime, let's give our speakers a time to catch a breath as we look into questions available from the participants. Now, we are going to open the floor to any questions from the audience. If you want to ask, please state your question clearly and the speaker that you want to direct your question to. So with that, I open the floor to any participants who might have questions for our respected speakers today. Please be welcome. Do I have a question? Okay, in the meantime, before we waiting question sorted out within the participant, I also have a question actually. Uh, for Mr. Zuhaila. I'm sorry, Mrs. Zuhaila. So basically, I have the experience becoming a substitute teacher during my before my pre-university level, in which I was assigned to supervise in this one classroom, whereby there is a high functioning autism student. There are two actually high functioning autism students who are um, designated to come into my class. So but there are two students basically. The one student who are very integrating well with the student, they are doing the job perfectly, and the other one, while he actually did the job perfectly, he did also make quite a fuss with other children, with other students, in which other students cannot uh, following the class very well since he went into the classroom. So in these cases, is there any like categorization that falls into the student that might change? I mean, basically the reason why he is invited into the classroom in the first place because uh, the other teachers decided that this student can be integrated into normal classroom. But if such cases happen in which other students might be affected by this behavior, by their behavior, so what are the processes happen after that?
Okay, in order to go, just to share, in order for the student to go to the inclusive learning setting, okay, mixing with the typical students, actually the first thing they must go through the assessment. Okay, so the assessment basically is they must not have behavioral issue. So usually for the autistic, usually when they are much younger, yeah, most of them, including my son, yeah, I'm talking about my son too. They have like my son, he has temper tantrum, yeah. Okay, so actually going through that that process. So he has to go through the a lot of intervention and whatnot. Yeah. So that's why. And for your information, for the autistic child, usually they have sensory issues. Yeah, sensory issues until forever. Okay, so depends on the intervention that have been carried out by the parents. Okay, so for my son, last time he can't hear loud noise. Yeah, but since that we went through a lot of intervention when he was much younger, and I did last time I used to take him to the cinema. He will close his ears and he will something like that. But I'm very jahat punya mother. Okay, all right. So I will continue exposing him more, whatever that he can't stand off. That is my style of teaching. Yeah. So Alhamdulillah, after vigorous intervention and whatnot, until now my son can stand loud noises and whatnot. So most probably, this is my suspicious. Most probably, he can stand of maybe that student. Maybe he can stand of any noises, or maybe he has still a lot of sensory issues and whatnot. So usually, if the child can study, we would suggest the teacher to bring him if there is pendidikan khas, because PPKI not every school has. If the school has PPKI, we would advise the teacher or the subject teacher to bring him to us. Okay, usually the pendidikan khas teacher will help him to talk to him and to intervene whatever that we can. Usually like that. Okay, so this is how we intervene. But if so actually that's what I told you just now. Okay, we have to give the child more opportunities. That's why, as you said, yes, the other student may be annoyed by the, yeah, of course, when weird people, they feel annoyed, you know. Like my son also, when I started to send him to the inclusive, it's actually a process going through. Yeah, he doesn't want to go to school at first, and then after much of talking, I am very close to him. So usually he will speak to me. All right. So there are ways actually to help them. Okay, inshallah. If we give opportunities, as I mentioned just now, they will and able to cope with the situation, but give them time. It's not magic. It's not magic. That is the reason why we have inclusive setting. Give them more opportunity. For those who are typical like us, even though we I think we can understand. We can say, oh, this is maybe he has something. And it's not comfortable. Maybe is it because of too hot, humid environment, or maybe too noisy. So we can tolerate with them, right? So we tolerate. Okay, we learn how to tolerate. The child, of course, he has to adapt slowly. Slowly, okay? So give him chance. So especially the adults. As a teacher, like myself, I know my student unable to cope during that time. So as a teacher, I can bring him out from the situation. Okay, calm him. Maybe we can take him to the colder place, to the counseling room. So we have to be smart. Okay. All right. We have to be smart in actually tackling them. Okay. Like, because this is whatever that I'm going through now, because my son is 15 years old. Actually, he's in the phase of heavy anxiety. But Alhamdulillah, when he goes to school, he's really, no, Ibu, I can't cope. It's very difficult. It's okay, saya. It's okay. I told him, it's okay, all right. I don't want A's. I just want you to learn with your friends, how to socialize, how to be friends with your friends. I know you don't understand. I don't understand what they are talking about, Ibu. I don't understand what they are talking. You imagine, you are talking about just now when you say you are talking about Korea movie or what? They don't understand. Okay, they are not into whatever that you are saying. Most probably they are 15, but their mind is maybe 12 years old. Yeah, and then when you perli-perli them, they don't understand, you speak directly to him. Alhamdulillah, for my son, he has buddy. So usually I will go to his class. Okay, okay, thank you for being friend with Salman. Support him, help him. If he doesn't understand, speak him directly. Don't speak behind. He doesn't understand what you're talking about. Yeah. So this is how I support him as a mother and teacher at the same time. Even though I'm not their teacher, but actually I'm teaching them at the same time, showing them how to actually appreciate the special needs friends. Okay, but Alhamdulillah, I realized that when like my son have been accepted, he's happy to go to school. And then, as I mentioned just now, parents' expectation must be in par. We have to tell them, okay, I don't expect you to be excellent in class. I just want you to go through. To go through the schooling system, to be yeah, they don't know what is happy and what not, yeah. But it's okay, alright. So just go through. You have to present. I don't want to present. Tak apa, pandang tepi, you present. But Alhamdulillah, my son finally he can present in front of his classmates according to his abilities, kan? That is what we want, yeah. We don't want A grade student, but we want the child to be into the environment where others, other students, teachers accept them the way they are. That is more important. As I said just now, accept them the way they are. Okay. Alright, insyaAllah. So it's okay. It's a good lesson for you, Izzuddin. So I'm sure that you had very beneficial experience. Alhamdulillah.
All right. Thank you so much for the amazing answer, Puan Nur Zuhaila. All right. So I think we have quite a question in the chat box actually. So I'm going to read it for the speakers. So first question from Abdul Kabir Gonzalez. For anyone or both of our speakers, do you think that the government is doing enough to help people with disabilities or not? And what would you suggest that the government must do to cater to their needs? So I think I give the question first to Puan Ayu. Maybe you can answer.
Thank you for the question. I think our mainstream school need more, especially I think the teachers in mainstream school need more training in handling kids. Basically, like easily say, right? You were a substitute teacher, right? And nobody told you what to do with these kids. Yeah, I bet that there's a lot of other teachers that perplexed given that situation too. I think more training, more awareness should be given to these teachers. Especially counseling teachers, because I do believe that because I have experience with counseling teachers who doesn't get what it's all about, right? They thought that yeah, I think that the government can do more. Definitely in primary, secondary, and even university level. There's a lot of the government that can do more. Maybe I think we've talked about, me and my friends talk about this personalized study, meaning that because when you reach secondary school, if that kids know what he wants to do, because believe me, these kids, they wanted to be something. My son wants to be a historian. He loves history. So I do believe that if by 15 or 16 years old, he's still keen being that, maybe they can cater specifically for that, because I think this one of the ASD trait is being focused and accurate and driven to their singular interests. They're obsessed with it. Because they're obsessed, they're too focused. They are very, very good at the thing that they really, really like. So instead of, because instead of asking them to do subject, elective, subject elective that not gonna give any added value for them, maybe personalized study for these particular kids. Because if you give them more input, more energy, more info, they will excel in that particular interest or passion that they like.
All right, thank you, Panayu, for the answer. Okay, so the next question is from Noor Shafira. So this question is going to be directed to both of our speakers today. So as a parent, do you feel that it is important for other parents to have awareness and teach their children at young age on what is autism or what it means to have disabilities for the children to better understand and respect the disabled community? So I'm going to start with Puan Zahala first, perhaps.
Mm, as for myself, I always believe that we should start from young. Actually, like myself, we did our intervention first. Actually, for my second one, my second son, who is dyslexic, he just diagnosed when he was 10 years old. So so he just started his intervention actually. So I usually what I did previously, I empower them. Okay, I let them know, yeah, they are disabled, they are special child, but you have that power to change yourself. Yeah, because if they don't recognize that they are different than others, and they don't accept uh, they are different than others, so do you think that we can empower them? I don't think so, right? Okay, I don't think so. Okay, this is what I believe. Yeah, so that's why I don't portray that they are special, so we need to empathize. No, no, no. That's not me. Yeah, so same goes to my students. I say that, yeah, you are special, but you can do even better than the typical child. Okay, I know you can do it. So maybe at first they when they started to learn with me, they feel awkward. Yeah, any types of disabilities. I because in school I have many types of disabilities. I have Down syndrome. I have slow learner, not only autism. So I'm glad because so whatever that I have experience, so I do share with my students. So as I said earlier, that I always treat my students like my own child. Yeah. All right. So whatever that I taught to my son, usually I will share with the parents. So when I empower the child, so to accept the way they are, okay, Alhamdulillah, slowly I will go to the parents. Go to the parents, yeah. Go to the parents because I always believe the parents, okay, not the teacher. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit special compared to other teachers because me myself I have special needs children. But Alhamdulillah, I think that this is a blessing from Allah. Okay, so I always speak to the parents, give them motivation, they can do it. This is how I do it because sometimes I face parents, they are in denial, they can't accept their child. But after sometimes when we give them encouragement, support to continue their intervention and whatnot, Alhamdulillah, finally they realize that, yeah, anak Cikgu Ella boleh, anak saya pun boleh. Okay, I'm so happy. Because I had last year, my parents, especially the low function, because I am always choose the low function children to teach because actually that is the most challenging part because many teachers not really keen teaching the low function, but I take the challenge because I raised my child since they were my son were young, so I know it's difficult to teach the low function child, yeah. But when I start to teach them and they can see the improvement in their child, I can see that the parents so happy and excited. Anak saya boleh lah cikgu. Ya, memang boleh. Ya, even though they can't speak, ya, memang boleh. They can, ya. When they are teenagers, insyaAllah, they can with your support. Without your support, without your trust, very difficult. Very difficult because kalau tak Cikgu Ella shock sendiri. Cikgu Ella shock sendiri. Betul tak? Ya. Okay, that's why I always believe parents is the core, the pillars for the child. Yeah. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
you do. Thank you, Puan Zuhaila. Puan Ayu, perhaps you want to answer the question as well?
Yeah, I agree, of course, definitely. It's important for other parents who has neurotypical kids to have awareness. It makes your kids have more empathy, to be more understanding. I think one of the best thing having for my son of having a neurotypical sibling. I think my daughters, which is 12 and understand kids with disabilities very good. I mean, even if we bring them out, let's say we had this autism awareness month last month. I brought my daughter together, and they can play very well other autistic because they are more understanding. They can very somehow. They understand that this a little bit tantrum, a little bit meltdown. If they saw one boy having anxiety, my boy has anxiety, so the way that my daughter calmed him is so amazing for 12 years old. And she can say, "Oh, it's okay, kid. Don't cry. Cry don't solve problems. It's okay, you can try again." This is anxiety over losing Uno games. Yeah. Simple thing, daily thing that can cause meltdown and tantrum. Playing games, board game, whatnot can cause this drama in my house. But my daughters are very good in calming them down, calming him down. She knows what to say, she knows what to do, she knows there are things that my son don't like, but there are things that what things can trigger my son. She knows that if there is my son has anxiety with natural disasters. So every time there's a earthquake, volcanoes, and I know that this can trigger my boy, he will slowly ease the news to him, which is amazing for a kid. So I think this is something that you, as a parent, should teach your neurotypical kids. Doesn't matter if you have ASD kids in your household, in your family, but it can be beneficial in the long run. I think my daughter, I mean, when she grows up, she will be a very understanding woman. Really, yeah, definitely.
Thank
That
you, Puan
answer
Ayu.
the question? All right.
Yeah, it really answers my question. So again, for Puan Ayu, we have another question from Dr. Rohana. So how do parents see their children in working life? Is it positive or negative?
I cringe with this question. How do parents see their children in working life? I mean, does this means that do I see my son can work in the future? Is that the question? Or do
I
how
think it is more on how parents feel
parents feel?
to themselves about what their children do.
Yeah, is the question about how do I feel if I'm working in the kids, or how do the kids going to work?
Okay, Puan Ayu.
Yeah.
Okay, the question, okay, I would like to know, how do the parents, okay, the autistic, okay, parents with autistic children see 10 years from now, okay, the
All right, okay.
possibilities of their children to work, okay, working, okay, and be integrated in the society. Okay, do the parents have a like positive, okay, view on that, or no, tak payah lah sebab and then you just stay at home lah with us, we'll take care of you. And then I think, okay, I don't know, okay, when I read the social media sometimes, and also the news, okay, published, okay, in the newspaper, right, there are few who says that they are very concerned of the children, okay, welfare. So they scared, or they fear one day what happen if they die. So okay, some of them said that, okay, tak apalah, we just let, okay, the siblings, like what you said, the siblings are very understanding, so we are very dependent, okay, the sibling can take care of them. Okay, but okay, there are also, okay, one view that say no, okay, we want the kids, okay, to be independent. But okay, as far as I can see now, okay, our system, okay, is not working, okay, towards integrating not only the autistic kid, but people with disability, okay, become, okay, independent. Okay, like what we see, okay, we seldom see them, okay, to be integrated in a company, okay, or working even now in the fast food restaurant pun rasanya we do not see many of them. All right, so just to be independent, okay, based on your experience, okay, me talking to the parents, yes.
What do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Talking from parents who has high functioning. I'm not talking about the other spectrum. Just talking about this. I actually have a very positive outlook on this. The reason is I have a brother who is autistic, and he is currently reside in California. He was a lecturer. But he was diagnosed at 30 years old. So I know that he can thrive. But there will be challenges. He hop around job so often because he doesn't blend well with the colleagues. His bosses doesn't understand his anxiety. There are certain things that he can't do. He has anxiety panic episode. So this happened before he was diagnosed. He was diagnosed around 32 years old. Later in life. So after he was diagnosed as adult Asperger with anxiety and depression. After that episode, he knows himself more better, and his work, his knows can help him to go through his working life. But having said that, that is in USA. But in Malaysia, that is the problem. I think Enabling Academy, Yayasan Gamuda, did a very good job trying to do a transition, in this case, from university life to working life. They did a 3 months course where these kids will go to their center. They will teach them how to apply for annual leave, how to write a letter to your HR, how to how to talk in the meeting, how the grooming, how to wear makeup, how to put your clothes, because if you have high functioning autistic kids, you know that they can give you facts that about what type of airplane, but they will wear baju balik. They don't comb their hair. They forget to take a bath. Yeah. So this Yayasan Gamuda, they did a grooming session with kids. They said that, okay, if you go to the meeting, what you have to do, what you have to wear, how to say introduction, because I know these are the challenges that high functional autism kids have. They have the skill, but they don't have the social, which is when you work, that's what you need. That's what you need to have, right? So I think if we have a lot of centers like Yayasan Gamuda, like that, they can help these kids transition to a working life. That will be better. Then yeah, I'll be more positive in my kids.
Just to add in, Dr. Hana, just to add in, for your information, now MOE are positive towards preparing for the secondary, but it's under pendidikan khas, not the mainstream students. I mean, to prepare. That's why I mentioned about program transisi ke kerjaya, and then we prepare them from 13 years old. Okay, we have the program. We have module. We have about 6 modules until they are ready, 16 years old, to go for latihan industry. But for the low function, we are more for bengkel terlindung, ya. So we have to prepare the students, but somehow it depends on the school on how to take the opportunities to mold the student. That's why I told you, actually government had prepared a lot under Ministry of Education, and actually for your information and also for Puan Ayu's information, actually they prepare job coaches also under Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat. When the child is ready to be, to go out, especially for the penikah khas, they are until 19 years old. If they are ready, Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat also can pay for the job coach. Job coach tu ialah someone that actually coach the child, together with the child to the workforce. Okay, but that one is the transition must be smooth lah from the school. So that's why the school they need to teach them on, for example, like for the average function, kan, they need to teach them on how to do resumes, how to go for the communication ways, because usually for the 60 years old under PPKI, khas, ataupun for the mainstream also inclusive, they can go to college kemahiran, ya. College kemahiran, ya, when they are 16 years old. So they will go for interview for that. Tapi for this, untuk pergi college kemahiran under SKM, CJ Kemahiran Malaysia, they must go through 3M, membaca, menulis, mengira. They must go through that. And then they must go through also interview session. So that's why cikgu, the teachers need to prepare the child. Okay, that's why the school must be smart in order to prepare for the special needs students' readiness towards the workforce. And we have to prepare for the parents' mentality, that the children are already teenagers. Because sometimes in transition from primary to secondary, the parents still think that the child still baby, ya, small, kan. Itu sebab macam like myself, we prepare, okay, anak tuan-puan dah besar, okay, give them try, trust them, they can do it. So we prepare for the transition until insyaAllah when they are ready to go to the workforce. Tapi yang tu lah, dia punya transition tu must be smooth lah. But somehow I always believe that in order to be smooth and reality, everyone needs to work hand in hand. The modules already there, but implementation part tu. Okay. So usually that is the challenging part. Okay. I hope you can hear. Sorry because my son voice quite loud here.
Okay, thank you, Puan Zaila. I have one last question to be asked to both our moderator, in which I would like to know, in your opinion, how we can encourage people with disabilities to learn and engage with politics. Maybe Puan Ida, you can start first.
I've met with one HIV kids who is obsessed with political science. The thing is, these kids are very. I'm talking about my son specifically. He's very good in stats. He's very good in facts. I mean, he can recite you all the wars in the world and all whatnot. I think the only way for you to get them more interest in political, only they are interested in it. Because these kids, if they don't have the passion, if they don't have any interest, they will do it half-heartedly. I have a brother, like I told you before, went for an interview at UIA for a course in law degree. My mom arranged him to go, and when the interviewer asked him, "Kenapa you pilih this course?" he told them that this is not. I don't want to go for this. My mom asked me. My fifth this is my fifth choice. I want to go to ITM and go for fine arts courses. He said that. So I think for kids with autism, high functioning autism, or people with autism, the thing is you have to see whether they have the interest, whether they are passionate about political science, or whether that is something that they are keen to go through. Because because like I said, once they like it, once they have passion, once they have interest, they will go 150%.
All right, thank you for your answer. And how about you, Puan Zuhaila?
Sorry, my line was being cut off just now. So sorry. I'm Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, the question again is how we as a community to encourage people with disabilities to learn and engage with politics.
Oh, okay, learn in politics. Okay, actually it depends on their interest. Especially for the autistic is quite quite difficult to be honest, because it depends. If they love politics, usually they have as Puan Ayu just now mentioned, it's obsession. But myself also obsessed of one thing, but usually I would not say obsession as negative. I will look at it as positive way. Yeah, he obsessed means he loves to do that. Okay, when he loves to do something, usually for the autistic student, they go for it, totally go for it. Yeah. Okay, so when he goes for it, inshallah, anything will be go smoothly. But if you force them to do something that they don't like, they won't happy to do it. Like myself, actually my son is into art last time when he was much younger. But now when I ask him, do you want to be an artist? He said, actually, Ibu, I'm not really keen to be artist, Ibu. So what do you want to do now? I'm still thinking, Ibu. Okay, all right. So I don't force you. So I let you think first and do what you want. Okay. All right. So this is how we actually should support. We look at whatever potential that they have. If they love uh, politics, we have to encourage them. If they don't love politics, don't push them. Because I always believe that even to any other kinds of disabilities, if they don't like what they are doing, they won't do it passionately. I think same goes to us, right? We are the same, right? If we don't like, we don't want to do. I think like myself also last time, I want to do psychology, but my late father said no, you have to do communication. So I learned communication. After all, at the end of the day, as I told him, because you want me to do that, not because of my passion. But alhamdulillah, finally I got to be a teacher. That is what I'm passionate enough. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, I hope that I answer your question.
Yes, thank you, Partner Zahila. So there's one more question to Madam Ayu. Does your brother engage in voting, general election, or any
Yes.
experience, positive or negative?
Yes, this is interesting because my brother is an immigrant in US, and you know with the Trump and Biden, he was in full mode anxiety when Trump was elected as president because he was so afraid that he will get evicted and he has to come back to Malaysia because he doesn't like Malaysia. It's like another long story. So he wants to stay there. I think because of that experience, because of he wants to stay in US, he becomes invested in politics. He started to join in rally. He started to, go against Trump because I think it's beneficial for him. I think if not because of that, he would be so into it. My brother was so happy that Joe Biden get elected the new president of the United States. He was so happy. He keep on posting in his Facebook, celebrating that he get what he wants now. I think that is one of the reasons. If he has his own agenda, he will go for it.
I believe empowerment is important, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They can do like
They can do. They can do, definitely. It's just that they want to do it or they don't want to do it. If it's that's why people say that ASD kids can be ASD person can be a little bit selfish and sombong. So usually they reacted to it if it's to their interests. And if they have suffered a very bad experience, I mean, I don't think if my mom, if my brother don't get that anxiety, that anxiety episode, panic episode that he had when Trump menang, he would be full force.
Madam Ayu, okay, I would like to ask, I mean, based on your brother's experience, probably you can tell us, what is his experience, I mean, during, voting, a process, when he go and vote. I mean, you know that when you go to the, to cast your ballot, the situation, there are many, people, over there, so things can be quite crowded and noisy. How did he, for example, deal with that, situation?
He's doing.
I mean, it would be interesting. Yeah.
He did not go for the.
All right.
He did the mail ballot.
So it's like a postal one.
Yes,
right. Okay.
He did that. He did not go. He did not go to the center.
Yes. Okay, probably I think the students in future can when they work in the government, okay, they can suggest for the postal ballot, okay, for the
Yeah, I think
special
that is a
disability. Yes.
very good suggestion, especially for mostly kids that they
Yes.
don't like crowds, they don't like noises. Okay, I think it beneficial for kids with people with disability, because you don't want people with wheelchairs, blind people, going to the center might be a little bit hassle for them. Male voting.
Puan Rohana.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr. Rohana. I would like to share because Puan Ayu, correct me, I can't remember the name of the autistic lecturer that they shared in our group. Okay, Daniel Leong.
Oh, Daniel Leong,
Yes.
Dr. Daniel Leong.
Doctor. He's a doctor, an
Yes.
autistic adult. Dr. Daniel Leong shared his experience going for vaccination.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure that you must wonder how he can go to the place, because they equip a special place, a quiet place
Calm
for
room.
them. Yeah, very calm room. That is very important. Yeah, I just want to share since all of that's why I said this is part of empowerment program also. If you go to the shopping complex, that we have one special for autistic. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the shopping complex. Right? It's
Sawai
near-
Putra.
Yes, Sunway Putra. My son loves to go there because he feels that if he goes there, it's more calm. Because if you go to that shopping center, they have sensory place where they can calm down. They have calm room. Okay, because sometimes, as I mentioned just now, they can be quite annoying when it's so noisy. Because people of autistic tend to be annoyed of certain things. Yeah, they are not annoyed by noise only. Sometimes they are annoyed by certain things. Okay, sometimes footstep pun they annoyed. Don't shout, yeah. Okay, so that's why as I mentioned just now, so we accept the differences. So and then we don't separate them from the community actually, but we give them a special place or room to calm down. Because as I mentioned just now, me myself also in school, if my students start to tantrum or whatnot, we will take them away from the situation. We try to deal with them. Okay, I think if every one of us have the right knowledge, we can empower ourselves to deal with the different abilities people actually. Yeah.
I think for voting center, because we are dealing with adults, you can have a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or counselor at that voting center. If any of them,
agree.
if any of them has anxiety or panic attack, which most probably they will have. This individual psychologist, a psychiatrist, can help them to calm down. Probably they know their coping strategies. They know that they need to breathe. They know that they need to think positive things. But when you are in that situation, they forgot everything.
Are you? We also face anxiety, right?
Exactly.
Ha.
I have anxiety.
Tak payah nak cerita pasal budak special, okay? Alright, we also. Okay, how we manage ourselves? We need to calm down. We need a place. We can deep breathe in and out. So they need a place. Okay, same goes to them. Diorang lagi lah. Diorang ada sensory issues and whatnot, right? So that's why when we know about them, we can understand. Oh, okay, I need to do this. That's why lah policy maker. All of you kan akan jadi policy maker. InsyaAllah. Okay, teacher doakan. Alright. So insyaAllah you know how to empower others. So macam ni sebenarnya what we should do. Saya pun ada overwhelming situation, betul tak? We go to a new place. I do not know how to do it. So we need space and time. Sama. The same for disabilities, adults or people. Yeah. Alright.
Izzuddin, I think there's no more question, right?
Yep, I don't think there's any more question.
So we are going to wrap up our session today. Again, thank you so much for the very insightful discussion and sharing from Puan Zuhaila and Puan Irdayu. I believe many of us have benefited and learned a lot from your sharing and discussion today.
All right. So before we disperse the program today, I would like to ask for all of the participants if it is possible to open your cameras. So because we would like to have a photography session, so I will give a minute or two for everyone to open their cameras and get ready for a photography session. All right. How do I do this? Okay.
All right, everyone's ready. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Can we have one more time, please? Okay.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the end of our event. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our guests for coming, and we apologize and express our regret for any shortcomings.
We will now end our session with the recitation of Tasbih Kafarah and Surah Al-Nas. Thank you again to Puan Zuhaila, Puan Idayu for joining us today, and thank you for to Dr. Rohana and all the committee members and students. So have a good day, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you everyone. Okay, thank you Madam
Thank you
Zuhaila.
so much. Ya. Sorry,
Thank
terlebih
you.
cakap ke.
No,
Miss
it was
Idayu,
great.
tak apa.
Thank you
Korang pun
so much.
Okay.
Thank you so
Kalau I
much.
sebut cakap banyak pun sorry juga.
No, it was great. It was great.
It's
Thank
okay.
you.
We hope to be meeting both
Itulah,
of
ini
you soon. Okay,
cakap banyak,
insyaAllah.
sorry
Okay,
tau.
for
I hope you
another one.
understand. I hope you understand what we are trying to convey.
Okay. Okay. Disconnected internet. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you all. Okay, bye and have a good weekend. Okay, stay safe. Okay.